Hey, Heidi here, and I am excited. I'm going to be painting some gnomes for you today and also reminding you about the really cool thing that we are doing tomorrow. So if you're watching this on a replay, you should be able to click the link and see the replay if you didn't get to see the live, because I'm going to be sharing with you how to start a creative business online. And so I know a lot of y'all are interested in this. So as you come on, go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you're from, all of that great stuff. And I'm actually just taking a little bit, hey Angel, hey Paula, I'm actually taking just a little bit of, hold on, make sure okay, sorry about that. We are getting a new fridge today, and we have been waiting since May of last year for a fridge. And so today is supposed to be the day, so it's a big deal. We have had the same $100 garage sale fridge for years and years, and we're finally getting a new fridge. And so it was supposed to come, well, we ordered it last May, and we're finally getting it. Hey Cheryl, good morning Ella, hello, hello. Okay, so here's a little trick. If you want to get some paint on here, just get a little bit of paint and then use a baby white. And it's going to do two things. It's going to get paint on there faster, which is a good thing. And then the second thing it's going to do is it's going to keep it like a lot lighter, because I don't want this paint to be really, really dark, okay? All right, and as I'm painting this little gnome in love, just a cute little gnome in love scene here, I wanted to answer some of your questions because I've been getting a ton. This is like one sheet of questions out of probably 400 and something questions about how to do an online business. And I was like, okay, y'all want to know this. So I'm going to answer a few of these. Hey Tasha, hey Marina, hey Gail, hey BFF, Happy New Year. And hello from a cold Southwest Georgia. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am so happy to be in Texas. We did a little road trip to Colorado during the holidays, and it was negative. Like it was -5, I think, or it felt like -21, and I thought I was gonna die. It was so cold. Okay, and y'all know I am part mermaid, so I really was having trouble with that. Okay, so here's one of the questions. How do I carve out time in a new business and still work full time? Okay, let me know in the comments if you work full time and you're doing your business on the side, because I have so many things I can say about this. I'm going to say something that, oh, Canada, I bet you were freezing. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say something that that may help you. It may not be what you want to hear, but I do always want to tell you the truth. So let me know. Let me get some darker green. I'm going to use a Hauser, kind of a Hauser dark green. Let me know if you do work full-time and you're doing a, oh yeah, these are smaller ones, Diana. Yeah, these are smaller. I'll have to do the measurements for it for sure. But remember, in Paint Party headquarters, you have rights to use any of these as your Paint Party designs. And then we've also, I took pictures of them last night, so we'll have those posted for you soon. Okay, so all I'm going to do real quick is just kind of get some trees in the background here. So let me know in the comments if you work full-time or if you are trying to run your side business, maybe you're trying to build an online business. And by the way, we have the link to the webinar that's happening tomorrow in the description. Let me see if it'll let me put it in here. Because if you sign up for it, you will get a replay even if you can't make it live. Oh yay, it let me pin it. Okay, perfect. Let's see, we have a lot of people. Barry Jam says, I work full-time and have a business. Yes, yeah, full-time. Sheila says full-time and trying to sell porch cleaners on the side. Now here's what I want you to know about that. First off, I worked full-time as a teacher as I built my business, my Paint Party business, my online business, all of that. Now, I remember one time just being like, this is so freaking hard. I remember just thinking, oh my gosh, is this ever gonna get easier? And let me know if you can relate to that. Like you're overwhelmed, you're frustrated. I remember working so many paint parties, and then on the side, I was trying to build my online business, and I was, let's see, are you using black on the canvas? No, this is like this is a Hauser dark green. And I remember it was a Sunday. I had worked my butt off all weekend, and I was trying to get ready to go back to teach 850 kids a week. And I was laying on the couch, and I was just in so much pain. And my body was just giving up. It was just so, I was so tired, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. And I remember just laying there crying, going like, how am I going to get up and go through this next week again? Like, how am I going to do it? So if you're in that state, let me know. I understand. Like, I'm telling you, I have been there. I have done that. But here's the part that you might not like to hear me say, but I'm going to say it anyway. So how to carve out time. This is one of the questions for a new business and still work full time. I have found that if you want it, you do it. You decide that, okay, maybe I don't need, to binge watch that Netflix series that everybody is talking about. Like, I get we all have to have our down times, and we all have to have times to just break. But what I have found as a person who has built an online business, who has built a paint party business, who has done that while working full time, is that you manage your time like you're on a mission. Like, if, used to, if I had the time, I'd spend 45 minutes checking email. Now, I have 5 minutes, if that. So guess what? I get 45 minutes worth of work done in 5 minutes. So you figure out how to be very, very, very efficient with your time. And if you want something bad enough, you will make sure that part happens, okay? So for those of y'all that are wanting to know more about this, there's a link in the description. Let's see. Yeah, let's see who says that. Victoria says, I'm taking it more seriously this year. Yes, definitely. Oh, good, Rhonda. I'm glad you're here. So anybody who is wanting to, build an online business from scratch and you're working full time, it's hard. I get it. It is totally hard, but if you want it, you've got to just go, okay, this is what it's going to take, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make time for it because this is what I want. This is what I want to happen. So you have to make time for it. You have to schedule it out. I actually schedule out, like, my whole 2022 marketing is scheduled out for the year. Like, I already know what conferences I'm going to. I already know what dates things are happening. All of those things are already on the schedule. I already know what dates we're going on vacation because I want to make sure, because life gets busy. And as you grow a business, yes, there's going to be times when you have a lot more choices of when you can choose to do stuff. And that's one of the main reasons. Let me know if that's why you are growing your business, right? That's one of the main reasons why I wanted an online business, is because I could go, okay, let's go.
At your front door.
Sorry, the fridge is
at your front door.
The fridge is here. Yay. You want those choices of going, okay, I can do this or I can work from wherever. But it takes sacrifice. And I think that's another one of the things too that people ask me, like, how much time is it going to take? Well, how much time do you want? Like, I'm never going to be here and go, yeah, grow an online business and you can just sleep in every day and, never work. Like, I don't believe those people. I don't know about y'all, but I have not found that to be true. Has it given me a lot of flexibility? Yes, definitely. But if you want something to happen, you reap what you sow. And if all of a sudden you just think that, oh, I'm going to do this and then just, wash my hands of it and be done. No, you can take breaks. I just took from Christmas till pretty much Sunday off. From Christmas till Sunday, just, checked in here and there. But for the most of the time, I was off. Could I have done that in the past? No. But you build up to it. And I think that I think that there's so many people out there saying, oh, build this and you're only going to work 4 hours a week. I don't think that's true. For me, it has not been true. Do I just want to work 4 hours a week? No. I don't know about y'all, but I would be bored to death. Like, as soon as I got home yesterday, I was like, I just want to paint beautiful gnomes. And that's the coolest part about what I'm teaching you with this creative online world is you get to do that. Like, you get to do that and learn how to do that and do what you love. So I think that, is there flexibility? Yes. But is there just this, oh, I'm going to build this and then just go lay on a beach somewhere? No, that's not truth. And I'll always be here to tell you the truth. Another question that people had, how to grow a business without hounding friends and family? Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so the way I teach you to build a business is not depending on your friends and family, okay? So let me know in the comments if you have ever told a friend or family member your big dream. And how did that go, right? I'm not trying to bash friends or family. I'm just trying to say if you, and I'm just gonna add some gnomes in here. I'm just trying to say if you are holding on to the idea or the dream that your friends and family are going to be your customers, that is not how I teach you to find your customers. Okay, I think it's very, very important that you hear this now. You hear this from me, but your friends and family, their comments while you're building your online business, your paint party business, what we're about to be teaching you tomorrow is how to grow an online creative business from scratch during a free training from me. And then I'll talk to you about outer limits if you want to learn a little bit about that. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. That starts at 1 p.m. Central tomorrow. And it will be live. So if you want to watch it, make sure you sign up for it. And make sure you are on my text list because I will text you when I'm live. But yeah, if you're waiting around for your friends and family to be the ones that are like, oh yeah, you can totally do this, I'm telling you that you will have some that are your biggest cheerleaders, and that's great. But you're gonna have some that think you are totally crazy, and they're gonna think that, okay, what's she doing? Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun, whatever that may be. And I'm just doing simple shapes here, y'all. Just really, really simple shapes. But here's the thing. You have to remember the way I'm going to teach you is not depending on your friends and family. If I was depending on my friends and family to support Texas Art and Soul, as much as I love them and as much as so many of my friends and family have come to my paint parties, but as I started building it online, if I was only depending on them, do you think that I would have Texas Art and Soul? You have to remember, that's not how you're building your business. Think about a person who owns a restaurant. If they were only depending on their friends and family to come eat at their restaurant, do you think that their restaurant would survive? No, you have to make sure you're building it on a solid foundation. You have to build it on a solid foundation. Okay, another question, and I'm going to teach you that. In tomorrow's webinar, it's 11 a.m., or I'm sorry, it's at 1 p.m. Central, and then you can get notification of this webinar. It's pinned to the announcements. You can click on it, sign up there. Or if you screenshot this and text me after, you can, that might be backwards. Let me just say it, and if somebody doesn't mind typing it while I say it, that would be wonderful. If you text me, we'll actually text you tomorrow when it's happening. 817-373-5478. And just text the word online, and then we'll actually give you a link to sign up so that you can come to this free training. At the end of the free training, I'll talk to you about outer limits, which is really, really awesome, and you can learn and ask me any questions about outer limits, which is a course I do once a year. We only do it once a year, and we go all in. Okay, so another question while I'm adding to his beard. How much time does it take to build an online business? Okay, so another great question. How much time does it take? Now, here's what I like to do, and this is why I love people that are working full-time and building their online business. Number one, it takes the pressure off of you. If you're sitting here building an online business, which takes time, it does not happen overnight, it takes time. If you're sitting here building an online business and you're going, oh my gosh, I have to have the money from this, like yesterday. Do you know how much pressure that is for you whenever you're doing that? The reason why I love teaching paint parties in person, building my online business while I was still teaching part-time, is because it took off the pressure of everything having to work immediately, and it gave me time. You know, I've been building, oh, thank you, Karen, for putting the number on there. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, if somebody else can type the number, it's 817-373-5478. 817-373-5478, and just text the word online. But by having like those moments of not having that pressure of it has to work right now, what I always like to tell people is if you're going to build something online, of course it takes time, number one. And number two, give yourself patience and grace. You know, I've been building an online business now since 2016. Now, I'm going to be sharing a lot of tricks with you that will make it way faster because I've learned the hard way. However, you can't, all of a sudden, you know, in this world of social media, we think that people just all of a sudden posted one thing and they went viral. I mean, I've been viral several times. Some of you watching have been viral, and you know that just by going viral doesn't automatically make your business a massive success. There's still things that have to be done. There's still videos that have to be created. There's still all of these things that have to happen. So if you do go viral, there's videos of you that people can go watch. If you just do one video and all of a sudden it's going viral, what do you think that's going to do? It might have a spurt for a second, but that's not really long-term success. All right, let me answer one more question. Okay, how to create an online presence. Oh, I love this one. And again, this is just a handful of questions out of 400 and something questions from y'all. So there were a lot. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. If you want to sign up, text the word online or just click the link that's in the description or pin to the comments. You can sign up and be notified. But how to create an online presence. Okay, so it takes practice. It takes time. But here's how I feel about things, okay? I always look at my life on what do I want it to look like in the next 5 years, all right? And another way that I choose decisions that I make, I'm just using some gold here to add some little boots. Another way is I look at, okay, when I'm 99 years old, you know, I mean, oh, we just lost Betty White at 99. Man, she was such a light in the world, wasn't she? When I'm 99 years old, do I want to look back and regret anything? Or do I want to be like, yeah, I did it. I went for it. I tried it. I can tell y'all, over the past few years, I have made hundreds of mistakes. Not dozens, like hundreds. Hundreds of mistakes in the past couple of years. But because I've made those mistakes, I count it as a very good education. Some of it was a very expensive education. I made a $15,000 mistake 1 year ago today. And it hurt. Man, it hurt so bad. And I was like, oh, I just very, very frustrated. But I made the mistake. And I remember just trying to shake it off. And I was driving to the grocery store with Pixie. And I remember just in my head, I was beating myself up about it over and over again. I was like, man, I just wasted $15,000 of our family's money. Like just beating myself up over it. And I'm talking to Pixie about it. And I'm like, she's like, what can you do about it now? And I'm like, you're right. I can just keep beating myself up over a mistake I made. Or I can learn from it and realize, okay, don't do that again. Here's why I shouldn't do that again. Here's what I learned from it. So yes, it was a very, very costly mistake. So let me know if y'all have ever made costly mistakes. And it wasn't your fault. It was somebody else's fault. And so I thought, okay, where are my lessons in this? How could I have done something differently to get a different outcome? And so I started bringing stuff back on me. And here's a lesson I learned years ago. And oh my gosh, it threw me off guard and it made me so mad at the time. And now it has helped me more than I will ever know. So I remember being a teacher years ago. Pixie she wasn't even, maybe in kindergarten, she might have been in preschool. But anyway, so I was teaching and I had, hundreds of kids. Well, there was this one kid that would go under a table and just, oh my gosh, just, throw himself around like he was a fish. I mean, he was just flopping around on the ground. I mean, and I'm trying to teach, right? Like, try teaching a class and then you have a kid flopping around and you're trying to help him and you're trying to, do what you can to make sure that he's okay, but you have 30 other kids you're trying to be responsible for, and you're like, really? Did I really go to school to do this? And now I'm just like so frustrated, right? Well, this kid is just, going crazy and doing all of this stuff, and I go to the principal's office afterwards and I go talk to the principal. And I remember she said this to me and it made me so frustrated. She goes, well, what did you do? And I was like, what do you mean, what did I do? Like, he was going to get in trouble and this and that and trying to, like, defend myself. And she goes, no, but how did you respond to him? And she was just staring at me and she was quiet about it. And I was like, wait, what? I'm in trouble? Like, I didn't flop around on the floor. Like, I'm trying to teach 30-something kids. Like, why am I getting in trouble for this? I mean, I was just appalled. Like, now I understand it, and I'll explain it here in just a second. But I was appalled. Like, how dare her? Like, I'm just trying to do my job and paint with some kiddos, and I got one flopping around, and now I'm in trouble? And she goes, I want you to think about how you reacted to him. How did you react to him? And how did you react before that happened? And so she pushed it back on me. And I was furious. I was mad for a long time. And then years passed. I mean, that just kept going in my head. What did I do? What did that kid do? Like, it wasn't me. It was them, right? And I kept pushing the blame over on them every time. I promise this will relate back to business. And so then years later, she says to me, I would keep hearing this, and I finally realized what she meant. She meant, how did I react? How did I respond to the situation? So for a long time, I started going, okay, let me see what happens. When I'm in a frantic state, how are these kids coming into my room? I would have a totally different experience. And because I taught 850 kids a week, I could experiment very, very quickly and see what was happening and what was not. And so, for example, I would go, okay, let me just take a breath, let me be calm, let me see how these kids come in if I'm coming from a calm place. And I could tell immediately my next 45 minutes were a different 45 minutes than if I'm like, okay, get to your seat, let's go, come on everybody, let's go, let's do this. Then it was frantic. And so I started realizing, oh my gosh, if I'm calm, they're calm. If I'm frantic, they're frantic. And I started kind of playing around with this idea of the way we're being, the way that we're reacting is a direct mirror of how they're going to react. And so when you ask, how do you build an audience online? Or how do you create an online presence? How do you find people like you that are kind, that are happy, that want to build a business online? You reflect that. And so I started going, oh, so that's how. So if Victoria wants to build a business about mixed media, is she going to be here painting a gnome? Maybe, but she's probably going to have some pieces of paper. She's probably going to have some glue. She's going to have some Mod Podge. She's going to have whatever it is. If Karita wants to build a business about knitting, anything creative, she's going to be knitting. She's going to be talking about that. Because I wanted to build, here, how do you create an online presence? I wanted to create an online presence to show God's love through art, to show kindness. So every time I get on here, my goal is to take a deep breath, share God's love through art, share how you can create an online business, share these things, but I want it to be a mirror. I want to attract people who want to do that. So every time I'm online, I'm talking about that. I'm painting. I'm sharing how I'm using this for a paint party. But it hit me like, oh my gosh, if I would have been maybe calmer. Now, yes, the boy was still on the floor flopping around and upset. But after I got a little bit more mature and I started realizing we basically are getting back what we're projecting. If I'm projecting kindness, I'm going to see the world in a kinder way. I'm going to have people coming back at me that are kinder. We're all projecting things that we're coming at. So if we're always negative and we're like, why is the world this? Why is that? Oh my gosh, this, that. And we're just talking about everything being negative. Everything we see is going to be negative. We have to change our attitude. We have to change the way we're thinking about stuff. So as much as I was so frustrated in that moment of how dare her, I wasn't the one flopping around, it taught me so much about life. It taught me so much about teaching. It taught me so much about what I want in the world and how I can come from a place of being calmer, being kinder, and then literally within moments see that reflected back to me. And if you don't believe me, wherever you go today, if you have to go grocery shopping, if you have to go to a dentist appointment, if you have to go to wherever you have to go, I want you to take a minute and just be kind to somebody and ask them how their day is, smile at them, and then I want you to see what is reflected back. And then if you notice yourself in a panic and you're driving or you're, having some road rage, I want you to think about how you feel. And I want you to think about me and that little boy flopping around and me being so angry at him. And how then once I changed my perspective, everything else changed around me. So great question on that. That was how to create an online presence. Sorry I went into a whole story. But I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to finish this painting later. I just wanted to take a second to invite y'all to tomorrow's very, 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 this is if you're wanting to learn how to build an online business from scratch. This will happen tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. So if you want to know how to do that, it's a free training. After the training, I will talk about Paint Party Outer Limits, which is once a year course that we offer that's 8 full weeks of you learning all of the things that I have been learning for years and have spent tens of thousands of dollars to learn and many, many, many sleepless nights and lots of hours. But I want to share that with you if you are a creative, a crafter, wanting to learn how to do that. Again, the training tomorrow at 1 p.m. is free. So if you want to just, maybe be a fly on the wall, like I said, this was just a page of over 400 and something questions y'all sent to me. After the training tomorrow, we will do a Q&A. So if you have questions, make sure they're live. I'll be answering them live. Donna says, can we watch it later? I'll be working. Yes. So if you sign up for it, we have it pinned right there. Click it. You can sign up for it. You'll actually get an email with the replay if you can't be there live. So you will get an email with the replay. Also, if you text the word online to 817-373-5478, text the word online. Oh, thank you, Dee. I love you too. Beverly says, if you project happiness and kindness, it comes back to you for sure. Make sure, guys, if you text the word online to 817-373-5478, and you'll actually get a text tomorrow of when it's happening, where it's happening, so you can just click on it and come straight to the training. So anyway, I can't wait to share more with you. I'm overwhelmed with how many of y'all want to learn about how to do your own online business. Overwhelmed. I could not believe how many questions there were. So I'm excited tomorrow to share with you. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central. All right, bye y'all.